All right, I'd like to welcome everyone back to a brand new episode of The Naturolls. Now, I don't want anyone to be alarmed about what you're about to hear. This party is assuredly all new and all different than who you might be used to. But please don't stress. The story of the Tater Tots is far from over. I just think that the world of the Shatterlands is far too expansive to contain just one adventuring party. So I've invited some new friends to play in this little sandbox of ours. What you're about to hear is a totally unique story about Ardea. Our intentions are that it might intertwine with the tales told by and about the Tater Tots. But honestly, I can't promise you that. I am simply one piece of the puzzle, and all of my best efforts aside, stories and characters go where they want to go. With all that ado aside, I'd like to welcome you to this brand new episode of The Naturolls. It ends in fire. You see it now so clearly that it rips the wind from your lungs and makes you double over. If you continue down this road, if you follow this path that you have set your feet and your friends upon, you will burn. You will all burn. Morelia, you get the honor of making the first roll of our campaign. So I'm going to ask you, I am going to ask you to take your duality dice and you're going to give us an instinct roll. And while you do that, could you introduce us to your character?
Well, I have an 11 with fear.
Okay.
So Morelia is a fungal witch. And she's got one of those caps on her head that kind of just sits at a low height and kind of just droops a little bit. You can see her eyes still. And her eyes are like a cloudy, misty fog inside with a piercing light that comes from like deep in where her pupils would be.
Mm-hmm.
On the top of her cap, which is like a slate gray, she's got bioluminescent freckles in blue. Because of her earthkin lineage, she's got a little bit more of a hardy skin underneath her velvety surface. And her unique build doesn't really mean she needs to wear clothes because her body just forms around the natural, parts.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but she does wear like a vine rope around, kind of like in a harness style aesthetic, but also utility.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. And just remind me, that's 11 with fear?
11 with fear.
Okay.
Do I add, you said instinct roll, so do I add my instinct?
You would add your instinct modifier, yeah.
That would be a 12 then.
Okay, perfect. All right, we're going to return to the result of that roll in just a minute. So as you are seeing this, your shining eyes go white and cloudy. Your irises, as they were, like it seems like they're light more than they are color. Those irises almost disappear, and another sight, a deeper sight, from some wellspring within you takes over. and you see it. The fire. It surrounds you. It consumes you. It is a cage you are locked within. It whispers that it could free you from the cage that actually contains you. Your skin and your flesh and your bone. If you just give its hungry tongue a small taste, you will be free. You will finally be free. You breathe, letting the moment wash over you, and as you look beyond yourself, you see your friends, and you watch as the fire yearns for them as well. For a moment, you feel something that, to your mind, registers as jealousy. The fire was yours. It wanted you. It wasn't supposed to want them. They are nothing. Tools that you use to accomplish your ends. Grist for the mill. But as you look around in this vision, they're fighting. They are fighting more nobly than you could have possibly foreseen. The threads that you use to unravel the weave that binds the world did not tell you that they would go out with such dignity. It didn't tell you that they would fight to the last. But still, they do. The rest of you, besides Morelia, I'm going to need you to take your duality dice, and you all are going to do a group reaction roll right now. I need you to select one of you, one of the three of you, as the leader. I'm not going to tell you what it's for, but you're going to select one of you as the leader, and what you roll is going to determine what happens now. The leader is going to roll one thing, and the rest of you are going to add or subtract from this moment based on the result of your roll.
I'll do it. I'll lead. I'm happy to do it.
This is intense.
I'll do
this
it.
is intense.
I mean, obviously the better twin would do it, right?
I mean, of course, the eldest should.
Oh no.
Obviously.
Krantz rolls his eyes. Yes, I suppose.
Okay. So if Almithara is going to be the lead, why don't we have your duality dice first?
Okay.
Because this is a reaction roll, hope and fear are not going to come into play here. So just tell me the result of the two dice.
Okay, it is 3 with hope. I guess hope doesn't matter. It's 3 though.
Okay.
I think we need a better leader.
Okay. Sure.
This is the moment Krantz was looking for.
A confident 3.
A confident 3. That's a great title for this episode
That
so
is
far.
how many is in our. That is 100% how many is in our party right now. You are counting correctly. Okay, what did you get on duality dice?
What about you, Alocrans?
Crayons, do crits matter here?
Sure. Give me a crit if you got one.
I got double sixes.
Double sixes
I got
is fantastic.
12, but double sixes for a critical. Never missing an opportunity to show up, my dear sister.
Perfect. Beautiful. What about you, Aryathen?
I got a 9. I got a 9.
I want to reward that crit because crits are not the most common thing. Let me kind of be blunt for you as the GM of this. The DC that you were supposed to hit is based on what the leader of the rolls. Your leader rolled a 3, which I think realistically is the lowest roll in Daggerheart.
It is.
Yeah. you can if you roll 2 1s, that's technically a crit. So 3
crit,
is
yeah. Literally the worst roll.
So you have rolled legitimately the lowest roll, but your brother Alocrans rolled a crit, and I don't think that should go without notice.
GM, quick question.
Yeah, what's up?
When you roll the duality dice, are you supposed to add the hope and the fear together, the numbers?
Yes, when you roll the duality dice, you roll the 2 numbers together.
I gave you the wrong number earlier.
What was the number?
So adding them together is a 18, and then plus the 1 was 19. I only said what the fear dice said on it.
Oh, okay.
So okay.
So you had a
I'm learning.
19. Was that a 19 with fear?
Yes, it's still fear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I should clarify. So when you roll duality dice, you roll both dice. Whatever number is higher is whether with hope or with fear, and you add them both together. So that's a great piece to start. I should have clarified that. That doesn't affect what's happening right now.
Okay.
I'm debating where to go from here. Okay, so I am going to take Alocrans' crit, and I am going to elevate Alocrans' crit to help your cause quite significantly, because you missed the DC by 6-fold, essentially.
Orders of magnitude.
But I think it's interesting that Alocrans has rolled essentially the best thing that you can roll. So the 3 of you who are not Morelia, stay on your feet. Still fighting. You are beat and battered and bruised, but you are not entirely broken. There is something still inside of you that persists. Alocrans, I'm going to start with you because you rolled the crit. You saved this for the rest of you. Unfortunately, because of the severity of this fight, you still see 3 of the enemy you swing at. You've been hit so many times, you can't be sure if what you're seeing is real or simply the last gasps of a mind deprived of the oxygenated blood it needs to survive. Aryathen, you see your family. You reel back, ready to unleash a spell you've cast 1,000 times, and you stop. Because what you're seeing isn't the foe you fought ceaselessly against for so long. It's your mother. And she looks at you with all the love in her heart, and you know that if you cast this spell, you will kill her. Almithara, you see yourself your greatest foe, your biggest obstacle, the one thing that has always gotten in the way of your destiny stands before you, and as you face it, bleeding and on the doorstep of death, you know now what it is. It's you. You tried for so many years to blame your brother. You thought that maybe your lineage or upbringing were to blame. But defeat makes everything clear. Now, back to Morelia's role. I had set up different results based on whether or not this role was with fear or with hope. So, as you see this vision, Morelia, a small, soft voice whispers to you. It is beyond alteration now. There is only one path, one road, and you are already walking it. You gasp. The vision collapses around you. You're back from it and back in the present. You see the people you have come to know on each side of you. And as you look at them, the cell door enclosing you in this jail closes with a bang. You all take a moment to reorient yourself as the cart you are in starts to roll down the dirt path that you are on. You've been captured by the guard, and they are transporting you to prison. That much is absolutely certain at this point. The lock turning over with a loud on the cell of your rolling prison is all the proof that you need. You are not the only prisoners in this moving cell, but there are many, many guards watching over you to make sure your transport is safe and secure. So I guess this is as good a time as any for us to meet the rest of the characters besides Morelia that we just witnessed in this vision of the future. Who would like to go first?
I think the big man should go first.
Is that you talking about yourself? I actually don't know that. Like, are you just like,
Oh no,
It's me, the big man.
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
I think I'm the big man, honestly.
I mean
it's me, big guy.
It's a me, the
the
large
other-
guy.
The big dragonling.
I mean the gentleman with the 10-foot wingspan. That's I
You
should have
mean
said that way.
literally.
I said it that way.
Taking
Yes,
up,
literally.
he's got to have his
Of
own cart,
course.
right? There's no way.
I was gonna
It's gotta be a
say it's
big
got to
cart.
be real tight in here.
Maybe they just have him like attached on a rope with like, on something with wheels in the back, dragging him or something. It doesn't fit in the cart.
Okay, so we're gonna say that Aryathen is more like you all are in a cage, and Aryathen is kind of on a separate cart that's still being pulled along, but maybe like tied down separately. I'm absolutely okay with that.
Good.
Unless based on that reaction, you're not? Question mark?
No, I'm trying to visualize it.
Yeah, okay. Is there anything I can help with?
No, I'm just trying to visualize how.
I should clarify, by the way, that Morelia is the only one that has had that vision, and you don't know
The
anything.
rest of us are oblivious.
You don't know anything about that, but that vision ended the moment the door of the cell that you are locked in, or in your case, Aryathen, the moment that the chains were wrapped around you. I mean, realistically, they're not happening at the same time, but for story emphasis, we're gonna say it happened at the same moment.
Fate, do you want a few to think about it?
No, it's okay. So on an open cart
Mm-hmm.
directly behind the caged cart lays very uncomfortably a blue-hued dragon with silver undertones, almost like you're looking through silver through ice. If he were to stretch out, he'd be about 7 feet long, head to tail. But tails having to be tucked in, it's more of a last-minute improv cart that I am laying on. I'm fairly rare in this region of the world that they're not real sure how to bound me down.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I was okay with just, staying with my group and not really giving up much of a fight, I understand they don't want me to fly off, shake the cart. I guess I can be intimidating to these guys, but a lot of my dragon features, unlike most dragons, the dragonlings are a little bit more softer. The horns are a little bit more less sharp. The scales are a little bit smoother and rounded as they are layered on my body. What does seem to still carry over is my teeth are sharp. My claws are extremely piercing. They have got my wings bound to me by chains, and then the rest of my body is bound by rope to this cart as I lay down in sort of a semicircle. Almost Ouroboros like, and I could almost probably bite that very unruly tail of mine. Pretty resigned as I don't have a way to actually look above the cart at this moment. I'm pretty resigned to just trying to get a little bit of sleep, I guess, at this point. So a slight snooze is coming for me, which probably in the next few minutes will turn into a loud snore. If my eyes were open, they'd be a piercing green emerald, cat's like in the sense of the slits, the iris slits. And I'd almost want to say, trying to think of anything else to add to it. If I were to be standing up on all fours, I would probably be about 2.5 to 3 feet ish off the ground. And my wingspan is 10 feet wide with a very just light blue, um, uh, leathery wing. What do you put, what it's called for? What's the part of the wing? Just in the wingspan. I don't know what
The
that part's called. I
webbing?
got
Maybe the
the webbing.
webbing?
Yeah, but it's not really
Yeah.
webbed. It's just very smooth, so it doesn't really look very webbed. But it's not translucent. It's very opaque. Yeah, and that's. Is there anything I'm missing with him? I don't think there's anything else I'm missing with him on that.
Let me ask you a question before we check in with the other characters. How does Aryathen feel about being in a different section of the captured prisoners as everyone else. So, your friends that you've been traveling with for a while, you have Morelia and you have Almithara and you have Alocrans, who will meet kind of more fully in a minute. But they're all in what I guess would be described as like gen pop. They're all in like general population, and you're on your own cart. How does Aryathen feel about that?
I don't think I'm any negative feeling. Like I don't. It's I miss talking to my friends, right? But it's not like they're just right there. I could just yell for them. Um,
You're definitely, to be clear, in like you don't even have to yell. Like it's like
right. They're right there. So I'm not.
Their cell
yeah.
on wheels, and then a little chain, and then you're on your own cart, chained down.
I
So,
understand why I'm not with Gin Pop, because I am who I am, and the people in this region of the world just don't understand what a dragonling is, in the sense of when we do what they classify as a crime, how to handle me.
Yeah.
I assume the transportation thing again is more of like a makeshift. They had to put it together. They weren't expecting to like just be like, "Hey, let's arrest a dragonling." I suspect that when we get to wherever we're going, I'll probably be able to mingle with everybody again. Maybe.
okay. Okay.
Uh,
I just wanted to
yeah.
see, does being excluded feels like the wrong word when we're talking about jail, but does being like ostracized from this, does it do anything to Aryathen? Like, is
Not
there
at the moment.
okay?
Aryathen, just because generally what Aryathen does, I'm more analyzing and more trying to understand. It's why my mom left me,
Mm-hmm.
and well, and my dad too, but it was really my mom's issue. Left me to go adventure and explore the world, and kind of sort of like, proverbially kicked me out of the nest. Um, is so I could experience things, and I understand that I need to understand. Um,
Okay.
so there's more of a logic based reasoning.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel ostracized yet.
Okay. So there's opportunity for the guard to make you feel that way. Got it. Okay. Noted.
Good, sure.
Okay. We have a
Or I
few
can
other
make them feel that way.
characters that we've only met in the end times. So, we have two twins. Which of you would like to start?
I think we should save the best for last, and Tiddly should go last. I'll go.
Okay. All right.
Well, when I went first last time, we had the confident three, so.
The confident
I wasn't gonna
three.
say it, but you said it, so I'll just say
Honestly,
it. I'll go, so we
honestly, the
don't court
confident
disaster
three is a
again.
great name for this party. Doesn't make any sense,
Confident
and that's kind of why I love it.
Okay.
Alocrans is an elf. Is a young elf man, probably a little south of 100. He is wearing a green tailcoat with gold embroidery, bright buttons down under over a waistcoat, and it is tattered now. It's muddy at the bottom. There's rips in it. There's blood spattered down one side, and his blonde hair, which is normally kind of tied back with small braids along the side, is mussed. He's bleeding from the nose. He's got a black eye, and he's kind of holding whatever he can find that's cold, that's to his eye to try to drop the swelling. Clearly has had the rougher end of whatever conflict they were in last. because he does not. He loves a fight, and if there was a fight, if there was some fashion in which they were going to end up imprisoned, he was going to fight it out as long as he could, not only for himself but to protect his sister as well. But he is bumping along on this hard, uncomfortable wooden bench, weaponless. His armor's missing. He has no idea what's happened to it, if they even took it from him, if it's somewhere he could find. After they get through all of this, he's kind of assumed it's lost, and he's got a pounding headache, just rattling around in his brain. And part of it is from the pummeling he took, and part of it is probably from a hangover. But he is bumping along on the wood next to his twin sister and holding his blackened eye and trying to staunch whatever bleeding is happening from his nose. And he looks out through the bars at Aryathen and mumbles to himself, "Only he could sleep at a time like this."
Good.
And this is said quietly to his sister, who I assume is sitting next to him.
It's good. And you actually touched on something that I haven't talked about yet, but it's important to note that as you're looking at your character sheets, I assume many of you probably have armor and you probably have weapons. And I'm going to need to make sure that those are not equipped on your characters currently, because
That's a great catch.
because you are arrested currently. And
I just for mechanic wise, I voluntarily marked 3 hit points and 2 stress, and I marked. Well, I don't have any equipped armor, but when I had armor equipped, I marked all of my armor slots. So
okay.
it was clearly in the aftermath of a pretty significant tussle, and Kranz doesn't like. He does not like leaving a fight in anything other than victory. He's an accomplished duelist. He is supremely confident in himself, probably to the point of overconfidence, definitely to the point of overconfidence. And so I think he was in a position of thinking that he could fight his way out of this, and was roundly shown that he was wrong.
Yeah, I was going to ask, in this moment, bleeding and bruised and arrested, does Alocrans feel like the accomplished duelist that he has known himself to be? And just in this moment, does he still feel that, or does he believe that maybe in a quiet part of himself that he wouldn't tell to it, like, of all people he would not tell to his sister, but of any person, does he believe that maybe the speciality that he has always held about himself might not be right, just in this moment, not in general?
I think he's feeling pretty chagrined.
Okay.
Fighting. Turns out fighting 4 or 5 or 6 people, very different from fighting one, and not what he's used to. But I think his mind is already making up excuses. If I'd only had my swords, if I hadn't tripped on that chair, if only my coat hadn't caught, they hadn't managed to grab it, we would have been fine. He's finding reasons to write off whatever just happened, despite the blood trickling down through his 5 o'clock shadow across, down his chin onto his very expensive clothes.
There are always excuses and reasons that the things that happen to you are not your fault, aren't there? All right, Almithara, What's going on with you?
So Lady Almithara Moondown, sister of Krantz, older sister of Krantz.
Says you.
Well, they're twins, so there's this ongoing question of who is older. She is sitting next to her brother. She has blonde hair that's so light it's almost silver, and gray eyes. She's imprisoned, but she's very haughty and self-important. So she might have some concerns, but if you looked at her, you would never guess that she was worried about anything at all. She's sitting upright, confidently. Basically, she looks ready for combat. She's wearing fine clothing that's also tattered, but it looks like she's made an effort to present kind of a kempt appearance. But there's rips and tears, and but you can tell it's really high quality. It's just that she's been through the ringer, and she's dirty, but she's made an effort to present herself well with her keeping her hair braided like her brother, and all of that. So she is incredibly elegant. She looks out of place in this kind of grimy cart, like she doesn't belong. And if you look at her, she's got kind of this presence about her, this charisma or possible magic. Whenever you look at her, you kind of feel like there's wind happening, or there's something magical that's happening when you look at her. Like she's got this confidence, this aura, this that she's just radiating, just sitting there. And she is, like I said, she is sitting next to her brother. If you looked at her, you would never know that she has any kind of concern, but internally she's thinking through all of, kind of like thinking about what just happened, thinking about all of the threats around her. She's hyper aware of her environment. She looks unconcerned and unbothered, but you can tell if you pay attention that she's glancing at her brother frequently. She's concerned about his injuries. She's basically, it has kind of like this protective, attitude towards him. So she's definitely, concerned and basically occupying a space where she could intervene if there was some kind of situation that came up. She's very much in kind of like this, like supposed nonchalant, but very, very much caring about what's happening right now and very concerned about her brother. So
she's incredibly chalant, is what you're saying.
She is very chalant. She is acting nonchalant, but she is incredibly chalant.
Okay,
yes.
Perfect. So you are dressed in these fine clothes, and I think this is also true for Alocrans, despite the fact that they are at this point they've seen better days. As a lot of your clothing has, you both come from fine places and means, and you have spent some time away from that.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, the things that you're wearing, even though they are in states of disrepair or states of, they are not necessarily well kept. You are,
And we've just apparently been through a brawl.
Yeah.
So
you are still much, much more well kept than the people not in your party that are in this cage with you, because when you were thrown into this cell and the guards threw you in a very brusque manner, no one was actually concerned about like how it was going to go, or how you were going to be treated. They all threw you in kind of haphazardly. You're sitting next to people who are wearing sackcloth as clothing, and you are wearing fine silk. Granted, the fine silk is maybe torn or maybe muddy or things like that.
Yeah.
What's it like looking around to these other people that aren't in your party and seeing someone in a completely different walk of life sitting next to you in the same situation you are.
Yeah, Almithara, she definitely has a resting bitch face. Like she's sitting in that cart and she's like not making eye contact with anyone. You know, there's definitely this kind of haughty air to her where she's like, I don't deign to breathe the same air as these peasant people, right? So she's kind of got that attitude. Um, she's she's definitely concerned, but there's very much you know, even though we're in this cart together, she still feels like she's better than all of the people that are there, and her brother's also, you know, better than all the people that are there.
Okay.
Just by dint of their origin. You know, and she you know, there's a fly kind of lands on her and she kind of flicks it off and is like disgusted by it. You know, it's just this kind of like this smell, you know, that's emanating from the corner where maybe somebody relieved themselves in the car. Like it's just like it's like this disgusting environment. She's like, oh, this is oh, distasteful.
Okay.
So, you know, even though
Yeah.
I think Alocrans also would like he would attempt to make sure he's not touching anybody
right, just like
who's not like of their station.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
if there's somebody next to him, he's like
smell of these people.
Almithara, can you roll your duality dice and add your instinct modifier for me?
Okay.
are our hands or feet manacled, or are we
You are
free?
definitely chained in as well. They are not super confident that just closing the door would be a thing that would keep you in.
What's the you said instinct modifier? What is that?
On your character sheet, it looks like your instinct is +3.
Oh, there
Yeah,
we
you
go.
got a
Okay,
bonus to
great.
that.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. All right. That is a 12 with fear plus the modifier is 15.
Okay, so 15 with fear. That's a pretty good roll, honestly. As you flick this fly that was kind of buzzing, your eyes follow it off to the side, and you actually notice someone in the corner of the cell catch it. And as you're watching, puts it in his mouth. It's possible that the people in the cell maybe haven't eaten in a while. And I think everybody in the party might not be able to relate to that because you all do all right. You all do all right. Um, so in this moment, you get a glimpse of what the other side of the world lives like.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not good. And before we shift focus to Morelia, who has had this vision that none of you know about so far, we're going to actually cut back to before you were chained up in this cell. And we're going to talk a little bit about how you got here. So we are going to cut to the tavern where this fight broke out. And before this fight broke out, you were all sitting around a table. You all had drinks. You all were minding your own business. But there is one thing that I want to put in your mind as an important piece of information. You all need to be arrested in order to continue on your path. If you are not arrested, your plan will fail.
Ooh. Okay.
Color me intrigued.
The threads tell me.
So, you're sitting around a table, you're all sharing drinks. There's so much it's just classic tavern sounds. There's laughter, there's drinking. People are walking by, spilling, like, for the twins especially, the moments of, like, the drunk people walking by with the full tankards of ale, spilling them down like the back of your silks that are at this point in pristine condition because we're in the past. This moment is jovial, it's exciting, it's happy, but for all of you, you know that there is a specific reason that I'm going to let you guys describe to me that you need to be arrested and taken to jail.
I think we start at the beginning.
Absolutely.
Which is this cacophonous tavern. I think Kranz picked it because it's close to the like dueling grounds in this city, and he has made a killing today. He has been out since the early morning, taking all comers, and he's done nothing but win. And so if they're sitting at the table, he doesn't care that he feels beer down the back of his, his tailcoat. He takes like 3 or 4 big, like bags of gold, like pouch-sized bags of gold, and just slams them down on the table. And you can tell he's like maybe already had a shot or two, because there's like a rosy glow to his cheek, and he's like his hair is all sweaty from fighting all day, and he looks around at the rest of them, and then at his sister, and he goes, I told you. Bunch of amateurs in this town. I knew I would run the table, and here we are. What did I say?
I never doubt, darling. You're so good in the arena.
You give me such inspiration. I love seeing you in the stands with your frown and your sharp eye, and your constant criticism keeps me on my
Indeed.
toes. I do so
Someone
love it.
must continue
I
to
do so love
criticize, given your ego.
Well, yes, perhaps someone needs to knock me down to size, but no one did.
And I do believe I'm
today.
entitled to 30% of proceeds for all of my
Kranz
assistance.
is so he's so thrilled. He just like undoes the strings on the bags and just shoves all the gold onto the table. Just like this is everybody's. He doesn't care. Just like everybody grabs some and waves down a waiter or a waitress, whoever is there, to order, like, once they come over, he's like, the most expensive champagne you can find. I don't mean here. I mean anywhere within a 300-yard radius. If you have to leave this establishment to find the most expensive bottle of champagne you can find, do so. Bring it here.
And
so just like ordering drinks for the entire
and the
table.
waiter's like, the swill then, and charge them extra. And
As he
walks away before you can say anything.
And
As
Lady
other-
Almithara is definitely drinking, and whenever she drinks, like, she loses a little bit of her toot. She's less tooty, so she's having a good time. She's a little more relaxed. She turns around to, there's like a gnome sitting at the next table over, and she starts trying to talk in gnomish to him, but she doesn't actually speak it, but she thinks she does, and she's trying to talk to him, and he's just looking at her like she's crazy, like, but she's happy in this good mood, and so whenever she's drunk, she's way more confident than she actually should be, but she's having a good time. She's drinking, rubbing elbows with people.
Absolutely.
As Alocrans is dumping the gold on the table, Morelia kind of just scans the room to see if any eyes alight on it, if someone is too interested in the pile of gold. And if there
Great.
is, she wants to make eye contact with them.
Oh, that's a great
And
question.
Make
Okay.
them break their contact on the gold and look away.
Absolutely. Okay. If you could roll an instinct.
Is this like intimidation?
Yeah, I mean,
Staring
She
him
said,
down.
mind your own business.
unless you're thinking something different, that sounds like an instinct check in terms of like perceiving around you. But if you would like to instead do something like a
Presence?
check in terms of like just giving people the stink eye. That's absolutely fine by me.
Now, would that be a d20 roll?
It's always going to be D12, 2 D12s in terms of checks in Daggerheart. So,
Gotcha. Oh, that's a crit. That's 2 4s.
Nice. Let's go.
okay. So, in Daggerheart, when
2.
you get a crit, you get a hope. You clear a stress, which I don't think you have because we've literally just started. We just started playing. So,
Very good.
and on top of that, you look across the tavern. You make unexpected eye contact with a daemon who has very clearly been looking at the gold that Alocrans set on the table. And as you look at this daemon, and the daemon looks up from the gold to your eyes, you see something in this daemon wither under your stare. And you know that whatever's about to happen, because once again, you all know that you need to get arrested. You know something's coming, even if everybody else in the tavern doesn't. You know that you're prepared in a way that this daemon is not.
Or which got some backbone. Got some bass to her voice.
So,
Yeah, you.
let me ask a question here, specifically to make sure everybody's kind of involved. Aryathen, you're a dragonling. You are the only dragonling in this entire tavern, and you likely are taking up more space than a few of the other patrons. What's going on with you?
So that stare down happens, and then what kind of sort of breaks that stare down for Morelia to kind of sort of look away is the thudding of the whole establishment as Aryathen is shaking his literal tail on the dance floor by himself, because he's the only one who could fit on it, and just vibing big time with the leer and the song and dance that's going on.
Okay.
It is shaking the establishment a little bit. The bartender's looking over, going, if it gets a little too rowdy, it might be a problem, because things are bouncing a little bit. But I'm just in the moment, dancing, shaking my not tail feather, dragon tail feather, and doing a little the best kind of jig that I can do from everybody else that I've seen in my times adventuring.
That is so far out of the expected response that I had in that moment, that I am going to use my powers as a GM to say you can have extra hope in this moment, because that is insanely good. And you notice that as you start dancing, as the only person dancing, the music gets a little more up tempo, and you notice that
Krantz might be good on the battlefield, but I'm great on the dance floor.
and you notice that people around the tavern kind of like sit up a little taller in their seats, and maybe they're not dancing because you are, for in all respects of the word, dominating the dance floor. The dance floor is yours. Right.
They're getting served.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Nobody wants to step up to those streets. But you see people in their seats, kind of like you see some shoulders moving.
Yeah.
You see some heads bobbing, and you actually notice because of this, or maybe you don't know it's because of this, but as a direct result, people are buying more drinks. People are looking a little more lively. And the place is in, if we were to kind of gauge the spirit of the tavern that you're in, people are in a little higher spirits because of your actions.
When the music comes to its flourish, because obviously the song's got to end at some point, I will let out a giant roar to kind of sort of enunciate like the ending of an amazing song.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna go ahead and roll a d20 to see how people respond to that roar of a dragonling in the center of the dance floor in a tavern.
I am going for an inspiring roar, not a scary roar.
We'll see how that goes based on the result of this dice. I rolled a 3, so
Oh dear.
the
Confident 3.
yes,
the confident 3.
the confident 3 strikes again, and
That's the name. That's the
gotta
name.
be.
That's our party name. It's the Confident 3.
you don't exactly know what your effect is as you end your dance and roar, but you do know that as the song ends, there's an unsettling quiet across the whole tavern.
Is there like a record scratch?
I will be oblivious to this, and I will just kind of sort of keep my head bobbing as I go back to the table to obviously get my bowl of mead.
Yes.
Down my gullet. And go, yeah.
I was
this
gonna ask.
So good. Nothing.
Do you have opposable thumbs, or is there like a bowl, like a?
I have my claws can grab. I have opposable.
Okay.
Do they serve it on the table or do they serve it on the floor for quadruped?
No, we insist.
He's
We
tall
insist
enough.
on the table.
They put it on the floor. I looked at them, grabbed it without moving eye contact, grabbed it and put it up on the table.
Okay, so basically,
And waited for them to walk away. Did
basically,
not end eye contact until they walked away.
Right. The waiter that was like, give him the swill and charge him extra. That waiter's not getting a tip, is what you're saying, specifically from you.
Unless it's the tip of the claw.
Oh. But also, we all know where this story is going in short order, so there's probably not a lot of tipping happening. So,
Which I guess brings us to why. Why do we want to... What's the goal? I'd imagine maybe we either got tipped that we need to do it from like some quest giver or something, or maybe that's just what the Threads of Fate said. We gotta go.
So-
And the only way to get in is through a cage.
I think Kranz has made an awful big show of all this money on the table for a reason. And he kind of lowers his head. He takes a sip of whatever kind of drink is available and kind of stage whispers to Morelia. I cheated as clearly as I could. I mean, I clearly paid off, but I'm still waiting for one of the other contestants to walk in here and demand satisfaction. I don't see any of them here, but I did as you said.
the door swings open, and it's not a contestant from the duels earlier.
I
It's
mean,
just-
That was really dramatic.
I mean, what kind of timing would that be if it was? That doesn't make any sense. So,
But he's looking around going, we may have to think of something else. Unless somebody shows up looking for a dust up.
I mean, they still took their share from your profits. I don't know how Obviously, his political rival is in jail. You're gonna get there, right? And the mayor's got that strong grip. He took half of your proceeds. I don't think he cares if you cheat at all, as long as he gets his pay.
Yeah, but we were supposed to figure out a way to get the guard mad at us. And like, we got a bunch of different options here, but I was hoping that one of the, I'll call them gentlemen very lightly, very loosely, you understand the term, that I cheated this afternoon might have shown up. Maybe they were too upset with me. They all just went home. That would be very like them. Very like me.
They're too comfortable.
Does Morelia recognize the daemon from the fight ring?
No.
Or was it only expected to meet their eyes because maybe I wasn't actually expecting any attention?
I think you looked around looking for someone that was looking at you. And I think in any given situation, you're going to look around and you're going to look for someone who's looking at you. You're eventually going to find someone who's looking back. And in this case, it was a pretty easy look around because you have a friend who dropped big bags of gold on the table that made large and loud clinking sounds. The daemon that was looking at you was not one of the people that Alocrans was dueling. I mean, they very well may have been at the duel. They may have witnessed it, but I mean, let's be honest, it was a town event, and you can't name everybody who was there just to watch.
That's fair. So Almithara is going to look around the tavern and try to locate the biggest person there besides obviously our dragon compatriot, right?
I love this.
And she's there's more than one way to skin a cat, and then she's gonna go up to that person. I don't know who they are.
Okay.
Hopefully they're sitting at a table surrounded by friends, right? And she's going to go up and slap them.
As she does this, because this is clearly something that she has done before, Alocrans just goes, "Oh, fuck.
How dare you look at me in that manner? I demand recompense immediately!" And she smacks them on the other cheek.
Okay. You hear the loud smack sound as the winged demon turns to look at you. He's been sitting at the bar, kind of nursing a drink. And as you smack him across the face, like it's a very slow turn from a person who is not looking at you at all to a person who is now laser focused on exactly you and only you. And let's make this a little bit fun. Let's go ahead and roll an unarmed strike against this this demon.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
I love that Almithara is like, we're gonna make this happen one way or another. I love that.
She's not gonna wait. She's not gonna wait around for someone to walk in.
Right.
That's a 5. Yeah.
That's a 5?
That's a 5.
A 5? How do you roll a 3 and then a 5? You get 2 dice.
With what? 5 with
3
what?
and a 2. 3 and a 2.
A 3 and a 2.
Yeah.
Fear or hope, though?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's yeah, it doesn't say. It doesn't say. I don't know. Am I supposed to have fear or hope?
You should, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Did you do it on Demiplane?
I did.
Or did you
I
do it
did.
with dice?
And it didn't give me a fear or hope.
Is it blue or gold?
It's red.
Red is with fear.
Okay, we'll say with fear. We'll say with fear.
Okay, so that is a 5 with fear. You walk up to a demon that is minding his own business. and you demand satisfaction by administering a slap across his face.
Not intended to cause harm, just I'm trying to get his attention.
Well, the good news is you're not causing harm, because in some strange world, the drinks that you have had while sitting with your friends have absolutely made you see more than one of this demon, and you miss, and you sprawl across the demon. And
you vile servant. I'm like pretending it's his fault.
Right.
Obviously it was my fault, but
absolutely. And he's like, oh, what is this? And
Alocrans is up out of his seat. How dare you? How dare you touch my sister?
I didn't touch her. And he's like trying to be like very like, for a demon, he's being pretty honorable about it. Like he's like, I don't know what she did. I don't know.
As he's halfway through his explanation, and Kranz is thinking in his head, sorry, mate, and like he's leaping in with a right hand.
As he's doing that, Aryathen is going to grab a handful of gold. Hey Joe, we're gonna need something a little bit rowdy, as I throw it to the bard.
The band?
Oh,
okay.
Or the fiddler in the corner or whatever is going on?
We need theme music.
Just for the most fun for me, Aryathen, can you roll your duality dice and add your agility modifier? I want to see how close I want to see how close the money you're chucking at the bard gets.
Are we causing damage with the money?
We'll find out. Depends on the dice.
Making it hail, baby. Never make it hail.
25?
25?
Dang.
Critical success.
You got a 25 and a... Did you roll
So
2
we've
12s?
now murdered the band.
Did you roll double 12?
Dude, yes. I can screenshot it real quick.
Okay, so what I would like you to picture it with a double...
All the money goes right into the hat.
With a double 12 crit, there is a little like... yeah, absolutely. Like, if you think of like a jukebox with the coin slot, like think of the bard that is playing the music at this tavern as having like that sort of situation, and you throw 3 coins and somehow they form this perfect arc and they just all go.
It hits his drum and it's like dum dum dum.
Oh,
just
yeah,
to start it off.
You start the music with the coins. Absolutely. I love that so much. So you start the music, and as you are doing that, boom, bum, bum, bum. Alocrans, I need you to roll an unarmed strike.
Wait.
Let me know.
Doesn't something happen if I critical success with stuff?
You get a hope. You clear a stress. I don't think you have any stress.
Is there anyone within once per rest when you critically succeed? It's attack. Never mind. Okay.
If you would like to critically succeed on the bard, feel free. Like we can have some fun.
It's okay. No.
I mean, you guys are trying to get arrested, so if you're trying to mess up this guy, just trying to
we need a good jam to dance.
We want some good fighting. We want some good bar fight music.
Right.
Yeah.
He's just trying to busk, but if you want to mess him up with that crit, feel free.
No,
Can I
I'm not.
slip something in right before Alocrans punches him?
Please do.
I was gonna say, as he leaps up from the table and does his like very dramatic thing, he looks at Morelia and is like, "Please tell me if someone's gonna hit me," before he runs off.
So,
But go for it, Morelia.
since Morelia first caught the glance from the guy looking in our general direction, right? No idea really what he was looking at, and following Almithara's little scheme of, oh, he's looking at me. I'm gonna use Voice of Dread against the daemon, so I can magically speak directly into the ears of the creature I see.
I picked this guy.
Oh, to be clear, that's the daemon, not the demon, right? 2 different things.
Oh, there's 2 different. Oh, they're 2 different entities.
The demon that Almithara basically sprawled across is different than the daemon that you saw watching. The demon I realize those are two similar terms. So that's my mistake for choosing those. But the demon was sitting at the bar, just drinking heavily, before a royal essentially just sprawled across him. The
Alright,
daemon.
This doesn't make sense. Then I'll leave it. Redact
You can do
that.
it to the demon if you want. You can do it to the demon if you want. I don't want to take away your fun.
I was gonna blame the daemon for looking her way, but it's a different entity. Like I
Well,
saw.
do it. Do the demon. Do the
Do
demon.
it. Do
Yeah.
it. Why not? Do it. Why
Do
not?
it. Do it. Confident 3. Confident 3.
Confident 3. So I use voice of dread and speak in his mind and say, "I saw you looking at her." And I'm gonna make a spellcast roll, and then and just to make sure it's these die all
Duality
the time,
die,
forever
and
and
you have,
always.
from your character sheet, I can see you have +3 for your spellcast roll.
Yeah. On a success, they must mark a stress and become temporarily vulnerable. Oh. Well, what defines success? I don't really know.
It's against their difficulty.
Okay, so 9 and a 5 is 14 plus 3 is 17.
Success. That's a success against this.
With fear.
To be clear, this demon has wings, but he also has a giant, like, beer belly. You can tell that, like, he was maybe at one time a fearsome foe, but he is definitely kind of lost in the sauce a bit. So, you said that was with fear?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that is a success. I'm gonna take that fear, and you know what? I'm gonna spend that fear immediately, and what I'm gonna say is, as this happens, as a fancy woman.
Lady.
Socialite, yes, throws herself across the lap of a demon. Everyone in the tavern shifts their focus to you. Like, where before just maybe the daemon was noticing kind of your antics, everyone, even the gnomes that Almithara was trying to talk to, and they were kind of like, I don't know what she's talking about, because you don't speak gnomish.
I don't. Only a couple words. Yeah.
Right.
Mostly
Yeah.
swear words. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So when they were just kind of like, oh yeah, she's drunk. Now everyone is looking at this situation that involves Almithara across the lap of the demon.
So Almithara is going to roll off the lap
Okay.
and then onto the table, and then turn to the closest person that's sitting near the demon and whisper in their ear, "He said your mother's a prostitute, that she was the woman of the night," and point at the demon.
Okay. Absolutely. First thing, because we've kind of avoided this. By the way, the demon did mark a stress because of your voice of dread. So
Is he
you succeeded.
vulnerable?
He is vulnerable. Absolutely.
That means attack rolls on him have advantage.
Which brings us back to Alocrans, who was coming in with a flying punch as his sister was
Rolling onto the table.
right, essentially laying on his lap and kind of dramatically flailing onto the, oh dear, oh me.
How dare you accost me in this manner?
Okay, so you get advantage on your unarmed strike, and
Which is a +6, correct?
To be clear, plus D6. To be clear, you have to do an unarmed strike unless for some reason you're attacking in this tavern with your weapons, in which case we have a completely different situation on our hands.
No. I don't even think. I think Kranz would have left his gear, like, back.
There's like a door check.
Yeah, not even a door check. Like, I think wherever they were staying, they would have stopped by after the day's duels to like drop a bunch of their stuff and their gear
So then-
and then
yeah.
go to the tavern.
So they might have like they're
So, like,
probably
his-
not in
his-
armor.
yeah.
They're probably maybe they brought like a dagger or two, nothing, but no like heavy weapons or anything, right?
Okay.
Because they're
I-
out
I
to have
think for-
fun. They're not out to fight, you know.
Kranz doesn't have anything on him.
Yeah.
He's got
Okay.
he's got a bunch of money.
Yeah.
He's done his work for the day. He was like, we're just gonna go drink and you know, the idea being the plan is like we have to go to prison. They're gonna take stuff anyway. I'm gonna stash all my stuff in the room, so at least I know where it is when all of this resolves.
Okay. Can I
To anybody,
check with
looking at
everybody else? Did everybody else stash their stuff, or is it with you currently?
I can stash my stuff, but
It's
I
up
have
to
a
you.
question about one of my primaries.
Okay.
Improved hand runes. My
Mhm.
mind says it's just like drawing symbols or something, right? In the air. It's like, is that something that I can take off?
or like tattoos. Maybe?
Yeah, like I feel like it's just a part of like her studies at this point. But
I'm gonna leave that up to you. That's not my choice. So if you think that is a
Okay.
part of your,
'cause it's magical.
yeah, if you think that's a part of, like, if you want to think of hand runes as when you are starting, you get something tattooed on your hand, and then as you level, you get a further like intricacy to the tattoo, and then if you further move
Cool.
along, further intricacies as a way of like leveling that weapon. Like, it is entirely up to you. But
I love that.
what I'm saying is, you know where this story is going in approximately 20 minutes in game time. So if
20
you
minutes.
if you, I don't know what your throwdown's going to be like. If you have weapons, they are either not going to be on you now, or they are not going to be on you shortly. So
Right.
Yeah.
So
Agreed.
yeah.
up to you.
I leave my stuff, sans the hand runes, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
What about Almithara and Aryathen?
Almithara is, like I said, no armor. She just has like a dagger strapped to her thigh, but that's it. So
Okay.
basically minimal.
The classic Angelina Jolie look.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, she's
Stiletto.
hot. Like, you know, she's gonna wear her weapon in a way she can be like as hot as possible when
Okay.
she uses it.
All right. Aryathen, I don't know what your weapon status is.
For those that are following at home and looking at the Daggerheart rules, with this Dragonling being a little bit of a homebrew, I have improved arcane gauntlets marked, but they are obviously my claws. Which is also why when we go forward in time, I am more strapped down on this cart than others, because I'm just naturally a weapon, or can be. And I'm a Dragonling. Speaking of which, I have placed myself in the entrance doorway to block the guards from coming in, make it a little bit
Oh.
harder for them.
Strategic.
Okay, so
Yes.
you're like blocking the
I
fire
ba- I
exit.
bounded.
Got
Yep, I
it.
bounded.
Got
Yep.
it. Got it. Okay.
Well, I mean,
cool.
the windows are the fire exit.
All right.
Obviously.
Okay, so
The fire exit was coming out of his mouth.
yeah.
I'm also going to try to protect the funky music playing bard from getting hurt.
Okay,
I'm
so
so
that,
excited about
that
the fight music.
that
For
Actually,
real, like
the
no
fiddling.
joke. In my head, I have like a medieval version of Elton John's Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting.
I'm just picturing like Fifth Element, like, you know, the fight scene with the opera singer, and that's just kind of what's going on with the bard. It's just channeling that, like, there's
Okay.
epic energy.
It's a good pull.
All right.
It's a good pull. It's a deep cut. I like that.
So we've gotten very distracted, but Alocrans, you are throwing what I believe is a flying punch. Is that correct?
Full on haymaker, and here is the wrench I want to throw in it.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
Sure. We haven't had 10 minutes of wrenches. Sure.
Yeah, already.
Hmm.
We know that we're supposed to like kick up a dust up in here somehow. Get the guards' attention. It can't just be us. It's got to be a full scale tavern brawl.
Yeah.
And so he is going to intentionally miss
Oh, nice.
and hit somebody else. Like hit whoever is next to this demon that Almithara has just rolled off of. so that now there are like multiple parties that are all pissed and are ready to start brawling.
I love that.
So because I love that I had advantage against the target that everybody assumed I was going for.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to. I guess my question is, let me put it this way. I think there's a moment of miscommunication between Morelia and Kranz as he stands up, and she's like, "Yeah, I'll get him," and I'm like, "No, not that guy." And so
Okay.
he's attacking. I'm going to use my ability Reckless,
Okay.
which is I can mark a stress to give myself advantage on an attack,
Okay.
and that is fully like what describes this action.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still going to get the advantage, but it's going to be against whoever was sitting next to the guy.
Beautiful. Okay.
Okay. That was cocked. And okay. Oh, all right. That's a 17 with hope.
Okay. Congrats. Take a hope. Your fist, like everything that the rest of the party has seen today, is evident in this, what you would describe, because you are a trained fighter, as reckless, looks like grace, and it looks like form as you send this flying punch, not at the demon that everyone expected, but past the demon. And it connects in just beautiful form. Unfortunately,
The sweet science, baby. The sweet science.
Unfortunately, you are also a little bit drunk, and maybe after all the duels today, a bit punch drunk, and you did not register that the person sitting next to the demon was a clank. Full metal.
Oh dear.
Absolute, just a sheet of metal, and your fist connects directly with its face.
Ow.
And
I did such good damage too.
the sound. Go ahead and give me the damage.
It's 10. It's 10 damage.
Okay. You
From an unarmed strike.
you flatten this clank. Unfortunately, it is a full metal humanoid, I guess. And it hurts a little bit too. So why don't we have you mark a stress for that? Not an HP, because you have practiced on the bags, you've practiced on other adversaries and things like that. But you didn't expect that you were going to just absolutely cold cock a sheet metal.
A block of metal.
Yeah. And the thing that I want to do personally for me, because I think this is funny, and I guess we will see if this withstands the test of time, is the sound of Kranz punching the metal is the sound of the bell ringing at the beginning of a boxing match. And suddenly, chaos breaks loose in the tavern, and everyone is punching everyone, and people are flipping tables, and some people are running for the exits, and they're blocked by a dragongling who is attempting to kind of keep the guards out. And I want to know what's going on with the party in the midst of this chaos.
So Almithara is having a great time. She gets up and she does a drunken cartwheel off the table. She's hurling terrible gnomish insults just wildly about.
Okay.
And she's basically like trying to punch anyone she can get her hands on.
Okay.
So in time to the music, she's having a great time. She's living for this. She's having fun.
Okay, perfect. Let's do you hurl a gnomish insult at a gnome, and you see in the chaos, everything around you stops. And you make eye contact with this man with a big beard who is like 2 feet tall. And he looks up at you and he's like, "What'd you say?" And he go ahead.
Do it.
I said what I said, and I'll say it again.
And he
your mom's a whore.
And he like throws his drink back and then throws the kind of the tankard aside, and it shatters off in the corner, and he wipes his lips off and he's like, "Of course she is, but that's none of your business." And he throws a absolute haymaker at, frankly, your niece. Because
kicking the shins.
Right, yeah, exactly. He's trying to kick the shin out of you. Oh my god. Okay, so that is most likely not gonna hit. Yeah, that's a 4. So I don't think that clears your I don't think that clears your evasion. Perhaps taking a drink right before was a really cool move looks
Cool move.
wise.
I mean, it looked really cool. I mean,
but he essentially throws this punch and just stumbles underneath you, and he's behind you now, facing the opposite way.
I'm going to reach behind me and grab him by the arms, and then fling him at somebody in the in the bar.
Okay. Why don't we roll for that? That sounds like, you know what? That sounds like finesse. You making
finesse.
it.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll your duality dice. Add your finesse modifier. You can just click on finesse on.
That is an 18 critical success with finesse. It's a 20 critical success.
Holy shit!
I legitimately think that you all are cheating. No. So that's like the 5th crit. What is going on?
We do be critting
Starting
right
with
now.
a bang.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay. So, you pick up this gnome, whose name, by the way, in case you would like a little backstory on this guy, his name is Sven. He has 2 children. He has 2 children. He has a wife who honestly hasn't really been that interested in him lately, because she doesn't believe that he stands up for himself.
Future D4 Sven. Wow.
And
we're getting into deep lore right now.
He doesn't really believe that she doesn't believe that he stood up for himself lately. So you pick up Sven of not loved by his wife lately, and you chuck him in a perfect spiral. He's twisting by, and I do want to shift focus a second to Aryathen. Aryathen, as you're watching, you see a gnome fly directly by the bard that you are sworn to protect. And for a moment, your heart stops, because you think that this gnome is going to stop the music that you have paid money to underscore this moment. And
cheated money, but you know.
Gnome's name is Sven, right?
Sven,
yes.
Yeah. I reach over to Sven. I pick him up. I cast healing hands on him.
So hold on. So this is after he like hits the ground.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, he's hurt, but I want to keep him in the fight. Hey, little guy, and I healing hands him.
Okay.
And then I go, here's a chair. This will help. I give him a chair, and then I point him. That guy did it. And then I point him to some other guy.
Okay.
To just keep the fight going.
Okay.
As I'm obviously got my butt up against the door if anybody's coming knocking on the door, right?
Yeah.
But I am marking stress to keep people in this battle going and just causing chaos.
Okay. This is the kind of door that swings. So it's a slight possibility that it's
gonna saloon door?
Yeah, it's like a saloon door. Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so
sure.
I am gonna roll to see if Sven believes you that it was that guy, as you
Of course
pointed
he's
out.
gonna believe me. I healed him. He
Tell-
feels better because I've touched him.
Tell me about. I don't like the way you worded that, but tell me about. Tell me about who you pointed to when you said it was that guy. While I roll.
I pointed to. You know what? Let's go ahead and. I pointed to the demon that got stared down earlier.
Oh. He believes you, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have
And he's
not.
now got a chair. He's armed with a chair now.
I have basically, that is my first roll at double digits, and it was a 10. So I am not doing great on my end. Okay.
You really are Kyle. You have Kyle.
Oh, Kyle energy.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Kyle rolls.
We're getting Becky
So-
rolls.
As anyone who gets
Tucker rolls.
knocked out or gets close to Aryathen, I will, and I'm going to go ahead and mark 5 stresses
What? Okay.
to heal 5 different people and keep them in the fight.
Okay.
Wow.
So,
okay.
the gnome Sven, as we all know him, he being tossed.
As we gnome him.
That's really good.
That was right there. It's right there.
Spin gets a chair. Carl gets a pan. Bethany gets a scroll. Like that's what I'm handing out. Just
You're
giving
just
people
you're
random
just
weapons.
supplying weapons to people as they walk by.
He's an arms dealer in this in this bar fight.
Exactly.
He's an arms dealer.
He's the plug for this fight. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll with Sven as he cocks back, swings this chair at the daemon that Morelia saw earlier. God, rolled a 10 again. He stumbles by, and he actually falls on the ground next to the chair on the ground, and he's not hurt, but Sven's not getting up. Like, you start to realize maybe his wife was a little bit right. Like, it's hurtful, but maybe she was right. You know what I mean?
His energy has been spent.
No.
Get out.
Spent. Oh my god.
I'd say the 4th guy. I accidentally do like a nonchalant point, and I point. Give me a name. Ivan.
Okay.
Towards Krantz, and as he goes away, I realize who I pointed to. Oh, oops.
Okay.
That'll be interesting.
All right.
It's fine. It's
Yeah,
good.
absolutely. All right. So I want to check in on Morelia, because as far as we know right now, everybody else is in a brawl. Are you still sitting down just drinking your drink?
Morelia's up and walking. She's just
Okay.
kind of like weaving in and out between, you know, all the fight scenes that are happening right now, not getting involved. She's trying to see if there's enough noise and action that could bring in guards from the outside.
Okay.
And if not, she's gonna reach over within very close distance to a glass window and use a hand rune and explode it. Cause a shattering sound.
Okay.
Ooh.
I love the mastermind aspect of this, where you're like,
It's like they're busy
Just,
over there. I'm
like,
just gonna.
that's right, just walking through the fight, you can predict
Yeah.
every, buddy coming by you,
Just like
punches
slowly,
going
like
by
just-
your head.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Like, I love
Okay.
that. Oh, that's
I'm
good.
not gonna make you roll to shatter a window. Like that really couldn't be easier. So as you there's a punch thrown at someone else and you just kind of like duck underneath it and you sidestep another attack, and there's a little gnome with a chair who just kind of falls at your feet pathetically. And you walk up to the window. The window shatters outward. And I think that this tavern that you're in is probably pretty accustomed to bar fights. They're not used to this. they're not used to this at all. People get thrown out the window occasionally. They do have kind of a contract with the local glassmaker in terms of replacing the windows and things like that, but they're not used to the window just exploding outward with this burst of magical energy. And you sense in the threads of this moment that something is different. Something has changed because of your actions. And all of a sudden, Aryathen, still standing at the door, you feel the swinging doors kind of bumping up against you as you're trying to block the door.
Sorry, bar's closed.
And you hear like, you gotta let us in! You gotta let us in! We need to deal with this. And they're pushing against the swinging doors, and it's honestly, facing away from it, it's a tough thing to kind of keep closed, because they're just gonna keep bouncing against you and swinging back, that sort of thing.
I think if as Alocrans is, swinging wildly, just like anybody in range, he's throwing haymakers, and he's getting hit. Like he's not really protecting himself. He's throwing glasses at people. He's like grabbing bottles and taking swigs of it. He's just acting insane, for lack of a better term. But he's trying to like keep an eye on each of the other confident three.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if he sees Aryathen across the bar kind of perking up and like realizing something's happening, he would just yell out, "Let him in!"
Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
Let them join the fight.
I got distracted. Sorry. If I look over behind me, do I see that they are guards at the moment, or is it just more people than one in the bar fight?
You look over your shoulder, and it's very easily like they have the insignias, they have the armor.
Okay. Because it's guards, they are starting to do sort of like a push open in sync, because obviously more people at once, kind of at the pressure. I'm going to time that, and then I'm going to step off to the side and then let them kind of sort of come in, and I'm going to trip them with my tail.
Okay, so they're just going to kind of tumble into the bar. Okay, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm also holding action for after. I
wanted to seem like I'm stepping out of the way, but my tail didn't quite make it.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, so sorry.
Sorry.
As you step out of the way, and the guards push their way in, and I think feeling the door not swing in the way they would expect, you also have a few guards that kind of circled around to that exploded window and are climbing in through that exploded window, because they're making their way in through any egress. Is that the right word? Ingress? I don't know.
Ingress. Ingress is exit, right? That
would make sense.
Ingress?
Through any any ingress that they can. You see everyone besides you stop. As soon as the guards are in, the fight is over.
Not on Kranz's watch.
Yeah.
Kranz jumps up on the bar, looking out at the patrons who have all been fighting each other, points at the guards and goes, "Don't let these thugs push you around? We're here to have a good time. And takes a shot glass and chucks it at the head of the first guard he can find.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell me what roll you want me to make. It's like to try to persuade everybody to start fighting again. But I'm using, I think my experience leading man fits into this.
If you are attempting to convince people, you're gonna have to make a presence roll to convince.
Yeah, I got a +0 to that.
I'm pretty excited to see how that goes.
It's gonna be a straight roll. But I get a +3 from this experience.
You spend a hope to use your experience. I'll let you use leading man for that for sure.
All right, flat roll. Here we go. Okay. Oh dear. This goes about as
It's a
might-
confident 3.
Hold on. Can I? So we're trying to rally the bar to rally against
fight the guards. Yes.
Can I? Can I assist in some way? Like, can I spend hope to assist that? Or,
You can absolutely spend hope to give the help action essentially. That
okay,
would
how much is 3?
It's 1 hope. Unless you want to
One
do
hope.
a tag team roll. Tag team rolls are 3 hope. But
I'll
if you-
spend 3 hope. I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll
mean,
spend 3 hope and give you a prayer dice.
if you are going to spend if you're going to do either one of these things, you have to tell me how you help. You can't just spend it without telling me how you help. I need to know what you're doing to assist Alocrans.
One of my experiences is I am dragon hear me roar.
Okay.
I like to use my presence
Okay.
to do some type of inspiration, whether it is a fear type inspiration or a try to get something instinctually inside of creatures around me to drive that more animalistic side of them.
Okay.
And so it's highlighting Krantz's speech with that punctuation of almost like a charge, but it's a roar.
Okay. So, just to be clear, to spend 3 hope and make it a tag team roll, you would need to be rolling something as well.
Okay.
Are you looking to roll for presence?
I can do presence. Yep.
Okay. All right.
As a perform or charm, one
Okay.
of those two.
Okay.
I don't think I'm going to use because I'm spending the hope for the experience. So I'm not adding my experience to this roll, right?
I don't believe you can use experiences when you're doing a tag team roll.
For tag team rolls, yeah,
Okay.
that's right.
Because you're already spending 3 hope at that point. It's almost all of your
presence
hope.
roll.
Okay.
Roll better than I did, please. I rolled not very well.
I rolled a 19 with hope.
We take that one. I'm so glad we both rolled so well. We
And,
both rolled so well.
and if I do you have to declare paradise
I mean,
to
I
or
would
before or
say we
after
don't
the
need it.
roll?
I would say we don't
what
need
is the
it. I
text
think
of the
we're good.
paradise?
At the beginning of each session, roll a number of these. You can use a spent dice value to reduce incoming damage. Add a roll's result after the roll is made, or gain hope equal to the result.
Okay. So you can add it to your roll's result after the roll is made. You have a 19
So you
with
can
hope.
put it over 20, whatever it is, whatever your prayer dice are. You could put your roll over 20.
I will actually use the die that I rolled a 1 on and make it a 20.
Okay. That's
Perfect.
a 20 with hope. You do get a hope back. Both of you, I think, actually get a hope on a tag team roll. I should double check that rule, but I think you both do. So
That's good because I rolled a 7.
just to be clear, the intention of the roll was not to hit the guard with a shot glass that Alocrans.
It's to cause mass chaos.
It is to inspire.
rile the bar patrons into continuing the fight against the guards.
Okay.
Yes.
So there's a moment where the guards step into the bar and the people in this town who have been sufficiently subservient to the guard go quiet. In that silence, Alocrans picks up a shot glass, weighs it in his hand, kind of flips it over a few times. Everyone in the tavern can hear as the shot glass flips over and over in just this kind of like perfect arc. And the moment the shot glass hits the guard in the helmet, the sound is reminiscent of crayons punching the clank. It's round 2
Round 2
of the fight, and everything explodes again.
I will eye the bard to make sure he's about to go into round 2 of music.
The bard definitely, like, the bard changes to his boss battle phase 2 music.
Yep.
As this second round of fighting goes off. And what's the best way to do this? I would like each of you to roll your duality dice. Let's make this a group action roll. We're gonna hopefully do better than the 3 we started the session with.
Confident
Let's
3.
make this the confident 3 we started the session with. So I want a group action roll for continuing the bar fight. You all elect a leader for this.
Absolutely, Aryathen, because the roar was what sealed it.
I think the one who twines fate should make sure that fate goes our way.
Well, there was an action I was wanting to take, so this ties in pretty well to that, because I have to roll either way.
Okay, so
Okay. All right, I'm good with that.
I do want to say, you guys have elected Morelia as the leader of this group action roll. This is a strength roll.
Uh-oh. Well,
It's
how
a
about
bar.
the dragon guys?
It's a bar
With a
fight.
-1 modifier,
It's
baby.
I
a
have
bar
-1.
I do want to be clear. I'm not trying to be cruel. It is a bar fight. That seems like the most reasonable.
For the record, I recommended to be Aryathen, who has a +3 to this.
So, GM,
Yes.
I'll make it up.
I can roll this separately if you're wanting a strength one, and then I could do the action I was hoping to do.
Tell me.
When the 2 guards ingressed into the window, I was gonna vicious entangle them with vines to hold them in place to restrain
right.
them.
Let's
Could
do
that
it like
be-
this. Let's do it like this then.
Yeah.
Let's remove Morelia from the group action roll.
Okay.
And let Morelia do that.
I
and
defect
I will-
from leadership.
I will let the rest of you decide who is going to be the leader, which, you know, now that you know what type of role it is a little less fair, but that's okay. You can still elect who you think would be the best person to lead the bar fight role. Go ahead.
I think coming off the roar, if I hadn't thought about the whole fate thing, I would have been okay with doing it.
Okay. As long, like, the only reason that I was uncomfortable making Aryathen the leader of that role is you haven't really engaged in the bar fight so far. But if you're coming off that roar, like, with a full, like, I'm gassed up.
I've
moment.
engaged with the guards. I haven't
Okay.
really engaged with, but I have been keeping the bar fight going.
Okay.
Though.
Okay.
So
you are absolutely
All I'm hearing
correct.
is Aryathen is about to be a whole problem.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So,
Yeah.
we had 2 guards coming through the window that Morelia is going to attempt to vicious entangle.
Should I do that
Go ahead.
first?
Go ahead and give me that roll.
Okay. We got 11 plus 3 is 14. That's using one of my hope.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least, does 13 hit? Does that entangle?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going
This
to use
is
a hope.
this isn't the head guard, to be clear. So this is kind of like the worst guards.
Okay. So-
they're just trying to earn a living guards more than the guy who really believes it.
So typically, it's just targeting one person to restrain, but when I spend a hope, I can then target another one. So that's targeting both.
Okay.
And then technically I rolled damage, unless I can just say that I'm not trying to inflict damage. I'm just trying to restrain them. I'm not trying to kill the guards that we need to capture us, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I think that at this point in your adventures you would have enough control that if you would like to say that you are attempting to entangle them but without damaging them, that's an okay thing.
Soft vines. No
Yes.
thorns.
So tell me what it looks like as you are in
Yes.
basically a wood-floored tavern. There's wood walls. The window that you shattered outward has 2 guards climbing through. What are we looking at as you attempt to succeed in entangling these guards?
So from the outside of the building, coming in through the window, you see vines coming through all parts of the window right behind the guards, and it just slowly quickly snakes up and around their legs and kind of just locks them in to the
Okay.
ground so they can't move.
You said there were
And, like,
vines?
We'll
are the-
say
what-
roots, actually. I'm more of a roots person.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't know if they had
Yeah.
any flavor to them. I just wanted to give you an opportunity to flavor them at all.
Just whatever's like around the area, really. Just taking whatever naughty strings I can from the wilderness, nature.
Sounds good. There are 2 guards climbing through the window, thinking that they were being incredibly clever, finding a way in. They can't move. They can't move at all right now. And now, I'm going to need the rest of the party to make their group action roll to attempt to perform well in the bar fight that is continuing.
You want performer strength?
With the outcome
presence of strength.
predestined.
Th- strength,
This is strength. I was just saying.
Okay.
You were performing. and
when
No. Oh,
it
no.
says at the beginning of each session, is each session each one of the times that we meet up, or is there a session like a
each session
chapter act?
is the time that we're meeting up. Yeah.
okay? So use paradise or lose it kind of thing.
Right.
Okay.
Actually, can I suggest something from a player side above the table? We lose this. We know
Oh, yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm.
We're supposed to lose it.
Yes.
Should we not have my
I'm not
lovely
losing it to
sister
4 guards.
Almi? Should we have Almi be the leader here with her -1 to strength?
Well,
Maybe she steps up to try to lead us on, and it ends up being disastrous.
we're trying to inspire them to rebel against the overthrowing establishment at the moment.
If anything,
Fair.
I think we're
That's
trying to
fair.
just
That's right.
stand
You know what?
out.
Yeah,
I
I
think-
guess is the question.
We're trying to get noticed, I think.
Yeah.
I
But
think-
you're right. We're ultimately we don't want to win,
right.
but we do want to be the ones that they specifically target
You're right,
to
you're right, you're right.
incarcerate.
You're right.
But-
You're right.
So
Politically, we want to make sure we establish ourselves as the people who started the riot
The
and the
instigators,
people
yeah.
and the people who are a threat to the current establishment.
You're right. Go for it. It's definitely Aryathen.
I think we need more than 4 guards. I'm just saying.
I mean, you don't know what's going to happen now that 2 guards have been restrained, right?
4 guards,
Right, and these
It's
next
an
2 guards are about to
insult.
go out the door again.
It's an insult. We need more.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, what?
So
I'm
they
here
know-
with crayons.
What are
All
we,
right.
shop liver?
We will say, per your request, one of the guards, entangled in the vines, reaches down, barely manages to pull his arm to his chest, and blows a little whistle, and that's the sound that signals that more guards are on the way. It's the guard whistle. Everybody knows about
Perfect.
the famous guard
Perfect.
whistle.
The famous guard whistle.
So far they've seen Morelia acting out. They've seen Crayons acting out.
This is actually a good question. Do they know that you entangled them?
I would have said I was definitely within their view. So I had to
Did-
be I had to be very close to the window to break it to begin
Okay.
with.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like within 5-10 feet maybe.
Do you do things when you cast Vicious Entangle that would make it obvious you were? Or is it like a silent, quiet?
I can act like I am causing it, right? I can at least like perform a little bit, just like
Okay.
Want some visibility. We want
Yeah,
people
yeah,
to notice.
Okay, absolutely.
maybe I don't need to, but
Okay,
I'm gonna
just wanted
pretend
to check.
like
Just wanted
yeah.
to check.
a little theater.
Ready
Yeah.
for the roll?
Get it.
I have rolled a 17 with fear,
Okay.
Okay.
and I am going to spend my D4 prayer dice to make that a 21.
21 with fear. I need strength rolls from the twins to see if we add or subtract from that roll based on your success.
Okay, and so that's duality plus the strength modifier.
Or in your case, minus.
I can't be good at everything. Or can you? Oh my god, I had a critical success. A 15 critical success.
Is it our 5th one?
I don't.
It's my second, but I don't know about
We
everybody.
do be critting.
I think we all did.
Yeah, I don't.
Twins-
Everyone's had a crit.
I don't
And
know
then you
about
got a
you
twin.
guys.
That was my second crit for tonight.
Yeah.
I have a 21 with hope.
You all absolutely succeed in making a ruckus. And as the guards that are pulled in from the call that the guards who are entangled, as further guards kind of pour in, there's actually, you realize as the guards are coming in, there's a back door to the tavern as well, because you wouldn't have noticed it otherwise, but kind of behind the bar there's another door where they would typically bring in things like when they need to refill a keg or whatever. You actually see guards come in from the back door as well, and as the guards swarm in, everyone stops again. And I don't want to necessarily single out everyone in the bar besides you, but the guards see a gnome on the floor, and they see a demon at the bar, and they see a daemon and a bard over kind of in the stage area, and all of these people point to the 4 of you. And in that moment, the performance that you have put on of this bar fight is complete. And the head guard walks up and arrests you all. And that brings
Okay.
us back. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, so maybe the reason why I'm really restrained in this wagon is because maybe I didn't stop. and maybe they drug me out of the bar while my claws were just digging into the wood, and then that's why I'm semi hogtied into the wagon.
So, like, what you're saying is Aryathen.
They had to subdue me. They had like
A-
5 guards on me.
Aryathen
Yeah.
started the fight as kind of the calm lookout type and ended the fight as the let me at him, and wouldn't calm
These
down.
guys really do not know how to bar fight. I'm really into it. I got inspired by my own roar, and I might be a little overzealous right now.
So we are going to shift back. Oh, go ahead.
No. I was going to say, I think Kranz, one of the reasons he's so roughed up is that he did not stop either. And he tried to fight the guards, and they mailed fists, metal greaves against flesh, and with no weapons.
Yeah.
Maybe overestimated his chances a little bit, got lost in the sauce.
Okay. So
He's
you
pretty
were
roughed up.
already fighting. You spent the day essentially setting up fights to the point that you thought people would pick fights with you, and when you realized that didn't work, you guys came up with this plan to throw a bar fight. And
Was it a plan?
I mean, a plan was definitely a word that you could use. And we're going to shift focus back to the cell, and in Aryathen's case, kind of the chains that you were in. And we're going to shift focus specifically to Morelia. You are in a cell, and you have just had this vision of yourself and these friends. You know what? That's not my place to call them your friends. The people that you've been traveling with. Yourself and the people that you've been traveling with. Consumed by fire and fight, frankly. It was a vision. It's not reality. But you sit in a cell across from them. You don't have to. But as you travel to jail, is there anything you'd like to say or do?
Morelia sits there in the moment after she comes back to her current situation. She has a look of a little bit of concern, but it's not to do with the situation she's in. She's not concerned about all of them going to jail right now, because that's the plan. What she doesn't understand is what this vision meant. It's the first time she's ever seen anything like it.
Mm-hmm.
Typically, she has to seek it out herself,
Mm-hmm.
and this just happened.
Yeah.
I
think
wonder
that-
if... Sorry,
Huh?
I have a question. I wonder if... I know Kranz is not in a state to be terribly observant, and Aryathen is outside this, on a different cart. I wonder if Almithara would notice or not. How shaken she is.
If you're not,
mean,
not sure, we can roll for it. It's up to you.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, the way she's definitely, she's definitely looking around and aware, doing like threat assessments essentially on the fly right now, mostly because she's concerned that her brother is injured, and that's why she's feeling kind of defensive and kind of doing that. So she might notice, just because she's trying to be observant.
Okay. If you're not sure,
I'm happy to roll for it.
if you're not sure, let's roll.
Okay.
Let's do instinct to see if you perceive that.
Is this like a contested instinct, like versus mine? Or
Are you attempting
how's
to
it?
hide your... It's okay if you are. Let's absolutely do it if you want to.
I don't think I am trying to hide it. I think I'm more concerned with just in my own internal thoughts
Okay.
than how I'm perceived right now.
Okay.
So never mind.
Okay.
Okay. So I rolled a 15 with hope.
Okay. Morelia, would you say that... I'm going to leave this to you. First of all, Almithara, absolutely take a hope. You rolled that, so that's yours. Would you say that with a 15, that Almithara would be able to tell that you are feeling something unrelated to the situation at hand? Like, can Almithara tell this?
I would say yes. Morelia is usually pretty stoic, right?
Mhm.
She doesn't really show much emotion. She just kind of is there. But you can see on her face, or maybe it's just like that distant look, not that she's like taking in the setting, but she looks like she's not fully there.
Okay.
Which is
So-
odd because we just got captured.
Yeah.
So
What I want you to picture in terms of setting the scene is you're in this kind of rectangle of a cell that's on wheels, and you're all bumping along on kind of this uneven road. We have Almithara and Alocrans sitting side by side. You have a bunch of people that you do not know in know what the right term would be. Sackcloth, rags, like there's a bunch of people who are not necessarily well dressed surrounding you, and across from the twins is Morelia. And you
Okay.
are able to essentially look each other in the face, and Almithara, you notice something different about Morelia. Something that is not related to these 4 walls of bars that contain you.
So Almithara is looking across, and she's going to notice, something is going on, right? And so she's going to whisper under her breath so no one else hears, "Are you well?" And then, like, with that whisper, Morelia can kind of like just feel kind of like a cool brush of breeze on her cheek. So like she knows it's coming from Almithara. Like she's like, but it's directed only to her and to no one else under her breath.
That's when Morelia kind of snaps to and just slowly like looks over at Almithara in the eyes and uses voice of dread, but not in the way that, just in the way of speaking in someone's mind, but not in the way to like really impact them, just non-verbally. Give me a second to think about what it is I want to say, because I don't know yet.
Yeah, take your time. We're fine.
Yeah. So Almithara is not necessarily expecting an explanation in this setting. She's more like kind of just saying, "I noticed something's going on. Kind of like, let's put a pin in this and we can talk about this later, but I want to know if you're okay in this present moment." That's kind of like the vibe that she's giving out is, she's not just being protective of her brother, but she's, making sure the other people in the party are okay as well.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Alocrans, Aryathen, anything happening while Morelia and Almithara are essentially kind of like locked eyes from across the cell.
I think this is just moments after he's griped about Aryathen being asleep. Only he could sleep through this. And he's pretty beat up. He's really feeling not only the physical exertion of the day before, but the mental exertion of trying to lead and not really feeling confident that he did. And so in a moment of weakness, he's going to kind of lean into his sister's shoulder. And I imagine that whatever he's holding, he doesn't have the ability to cool anything himself, but I have to imagine that the kind of stone or whatever he's holding in his hands, to hold to the black eye that he's got that's swelling, was cooled by the magical winds that his sister has control of. So he kind of leans into her a little bit in a rare, perhaps, moment of tenderness between them.
Okay.
Aryathen is... So that feeling of sensation that you get when you are sitting cross-legged and one of your legs is falling asleep has happened to his right wing that they have unceremoniously tossed him onto the wagon. Has fallen asleep, which is why he had nothing other than to fall asleep to hopefully let this part pass. But it does help that there is a warm sun on him, as there is a warm sun on him as a light, I guess, afternoon rain sort of wipes off a little bit of that grime from the bar fight as he's just bouncing along on the trail road, whatever.
I'm really happy that you are taking the liberty to decide that it's raining. I love that. Like, I legitimately, as a GM, like, it doesn't affect me one way or another if it rains, but I love that you added that little grace note. So thank you for that.
Which is going to be, it's fine for me. It sucks for the people in the trailer because it's like Florida muggy, you know. At least I'm just getting.
I love it.
Absolutely. As the water starts to cover your feet in the cell that you are rolling in, I would like to shift focus back to Morelia as Almithara is looking at you, asking, what's happening?
Morelia turns and looks back right at her, and in her head says, "Yes, my dear. Everything is going according to the plan."
And as Morelia says that, the prisoner next to you, Morelia, kind of nudges you. And he's very grimy, and his clothes are just tatters. And he's like, going to plans, huh? What do you guys plan to do about the death pits? And that's where we're going to end this episode.